So I just wanted to ask you about specifically the lineage and the working of the Lasavia healing essences, and I guess as well in relation to the training, and in relation to your work through Lasavia healing.
I think I'd like to sort of approach that question, because it's actually a big question, and I just sort of like to approach the question around what makes the essences unique or different. You know, what is Lasavia healing essences? And when I think about it, it's to do with how I had to, over years, push the limits of what essence making was about. And traditionally, well, it's hard to know traditional because, of course, traditionally we don't know a lot, you know, because you think about the nature of water and you think about what we've talked about around dreaming and how existence and energy and how it can be conveyed into medicine has been happening for a long, long time. But the person who really brought it into a Western sort of consciousness was Bach. And as you know, he was a surgeon, he was a homeopath in the end. He was one who started working on vaccines, and he became very unwell. And part of getting well was also to align to his inner gift, which I think is a really beautiful understanding in itself. And that inner gift was actually to explore the concept of making a medicine that is a vibrational medicine that is very different from homeopathy and from allopathic medicine. And the way he did it was to understand water and to put plant flowers into the water and to potentize it in the sun. And that understanding is connected to the concept of dew and the power of dew. And we know that that is a medicine in itself in the early morning, to actually taste the dew on the rose or two. We know that's a beautiful medicine. And so that is the foundation of the Western understanding of essence making. So what happened to me was that I found myself pushing the boundaries of that. So it was always understood you made an essence in the daytime, for example. All of a sudden I was receiving to make an essence through the whole night. Or I had to not make an essence of a plant, but I had to make an essence of a bee. Or I had to do these things, and to do that I had to understand a lot about what is essence and how the essence is conveyed into water. Because one can't just do these things unless there is a way. And to find that way is a deep listening process, because it needs to be so strong and so real. And so one of the things that really was working with me was the elemental kingdom. And there's a whole journey of understanding what and who they are and how they work. But I just want to name that in regards to the making of the Lasavia healing essences. Because for me, working with a kingdom that is connected to the aliveness of the essence within physical form is also realizing that the essence itself that we have, this little bottle, is alive. And that is very, very, very beautiful to me. And that aliveness means that there is an invitation to partake in something that is going to meet you in your patterning or whatever's going on for you. And for me, perhaps that's a real key for the difference. And there's so much here to talk about in regards to that, but I think that piece there just might sum up some of those things there.
Thank you.